Get started here with Western, and there's something I would like to point out for you Western writers. Remember that the written pattern always takes precedence over the drawn, okay? So if you look at the drawing on Western stock seat equitation, element number 2, 540-degree haunch turn, and it looks like you're actually coming out at a diagonal instead of straightening that turn out. 540 degrees, finish the turn, then begin your canter. Don't overturn it, don't underturn it. So you're going to be facing straight back the way you came from if you do the turn properly, okay? So the way it's drawn, it looks like you should overturn and then pick up your lope. But that's not the way it is. 540 degrees. We start with Rachel. She's going to start by waiting for the judge. She's going to lope left lead to the cone and halt. You want to stay off your cone so that you can do your turns without hitting the cones. Okay? 540 degrees. Turn and a half. And then she's going to lope on her right lead to the center and do a right circle. Stay on the right side of the cone, of the center cone. And you want to try to keep this pattern inside the cone area. And she does a lead change and circles to the left on the left lead. And she can another lead change to the cone, halt, and a 540-degree left haunch turn. After she completes her turn, she will drop her stirrups and she will jog around the center cone. After she jogs around that cone, she continues on to the end cone, where she will halt and back 8 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She picks up her stirrups and then closes the back where she hesitates and waits to be excused. Thank you. Okay, now we have Bailey. At the center cone, you're on the right side of it, and the cone is on the left side of you when you're doing your first lope circle, okay? Ready? Let's go. Okay, so she gets her judge's acknowledgement, picks up her lope on her left lead, and halts at the cone. 540 right haunch turn. She picks up her lope, right lead, and demonstrates a right circle. You want to stay inside the cones. Lead change in the center, left circle. Try to make your circles the same size and shape, round, round. And another lead change. She lopes to the marker and halts. 540-degree left haunch turn. Drops her stirrups. Picks up her jog, jogs around the center cone. Wouldn't get too awful far away from this cone when you're circling around it. Equal distance on the right and left side. Jogs to her end cone, halts, backs 8 steps. picks up her stirrups, closes her back, and gets her acknowledgement. Thank you. Okay, so the question was, when I say inside of the cones, if there were a line drawn around the outside of the 4 edge cones, would they need to be inside that? And yes, you want to stay inside this square area, so that your circles are going to have to be small and controlled to stay inside. Okay, so on the halt at the cones, to do your 540 turns, where should you place the horse? Nose, shoulder, haunches. You know, that's an individual judge thing, but as long as you're consistent, most judges will be okay with that. I would say, I would at least stop with the shoulder at the cone as a judge. That's what I would like to see. But make sure that you're outside the cones at this point, far enough away that when you do your haunch turns, it's a forward movement and you're not walking over top of the cones, okay? You don't even touch the cone. So make sure that when you start your pattern and you know you're coming up that straight line, you're off that cone line far enough that your forward motion haunch turn isn't going to hit a cone on either side, okay? Either marker. Remember, if you do a backwards haunch turn, you turn over the wrong hind backwards instead of the correct hind forward, okay? Does that make sense? Does it matter the speed of the haunch turn? It's a crisp pattern. Yes, it does matter. The more slow the turn, the less points you're going to get. So, forward movement, somewhat quick but controlled. It's not a spin, but it's not a slow haunch turn. Precise, fairly quick movements, showmanship, Western. When I say that, though, that doesn't mean you should lope fast. Okay, what order of, on the lead changes, what order of preference is it? For Western, and you guys need to make sure you're aware of each individual event, because it's different for saddle seat than it is for stock seat or Western. A Western order is flying lead changes get you the most amount of points. And then it's simple, and then it's interrupted. And I would strongly advise not to do an interrupted if you can help it, okay? So flying first gets you the most amount of points, then simple, then interrupted.